Streaming and streamers suck. Let me explain. Extra Emily, Hassan, Neon, Jack Doherty, Arabandi, John Somali, all of these people, what do they have in common? If you said they suck, correct. Ding ding ding, you win. What's the fucking deal? What is the bigger meaning?
I don't know, because not all of these people are IRL streamers. Hassan, who I don't like at all, is definitely not an IRL streamer. Like 90%, more than 90% of his content is PC streaming and being a political propagandist, to which he's successful at, whether you like him or you don't. And even the type of IRL streamers that the other people are on that list are wildly different from each other. You list people like Neon, Jack Doherty, Johnny Somali, and then group them in with Extra Emily. That doesn't make any sense. Extra Emily is like a super positive, entertaining, intelligent, innovative IRL streamer. She's a perfect example of a wonderful, excellent, entertaining as hell IRL streamer. She's not going like these other people, these pranksters going around harassing people on the street, starting fights. She's exactly the opposite. So to group them together is very strange.
Sure, they suck, but what about it?
And to say that these people suck when they're successful at their job, at being entertaining. That's why they have big audiences. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're good or that they don't suck, but when IRL streaming has kind of taken over live streaming at the moment, Extra Emily being at the top, being the best one, is freaking impressive. To stand out amongst like tens of thousands of people and outshining them on a consistent basis is impressive.
Well, I'm going to talk about why they suck. And while making this, I fell into the rabbit hole of, oh my god, streamers in general just need to get a life. Pretty ironic. And I'm not talking about our streamers. Let me clarify, I'm talking about IRL streamers.
So he says pretty ironic, probably because he's in his mom's basement. So he just hasn't really experienced all that much of life. I assume he's got to be like 16 years old, because his criticisms don't make any sense whatsoever, and there's very few of them. So I don't know why he made this video. He clearly didn't do his homework and look into who these people actually are or the controversies that surround them. And that's very confusing to me, that you make a video talking about these things and you kind of don't even know the basics. Now, some of these are going to be really hard to follow. All the nuance of certain controversies, because of these IRL streamers. Let's use Extra Emily as an example. She'll do an 8-hour stream, a 10-hour stream, several times a week. So to actually watch all of that is impossible unless your entire life revolves around watching that streamer's stream. But you can look up clips on YouTube and on Twitch of these specific controversies, of people talking about these things. The problem is that people don't do that. They just see a headline. They say, oh, Extra Emily gets criticism for not paying for her college. And maybe they'll watch a video where someone else, some React YouTuber, says, oh my god, that's so bad. That's so terrible. She's a millionaire. Oh my god. She's making all this money. She could easily pay her parents back for paying for her college. What a terrible person. And then, since you aren't remotely familiar with the situation, you just blindly agree with that and hate this person, hate this content creator, based off of actual ignorance. Just a very ignorant viewpoint. And that's not a good way to go about things. Right? Remember when Johnny Depp had his career nuked by Amber Heard? But then as information came out, everyone found out that Amber Heard was lying in a enormous way. So just use some more critical thinking and look up information before spouting off about it.
Those people really piss me off. But let's start with Extra Emily. I'm pretty sure the most popular one on this list. Sure, she is popular. Everyone loves her. You know, I even saw FaZe Rug talk to her for a bit. But oh my god, she sucks.
Alright, how does she suck? I know you're not going to get into it at all here, because I've already watched this video, but how does she suck? She is literally the best IRL streamer. Like, FaZe Rug is lucky that he even got to talk with her for a moment, because she's actually relevant. He's not, right? Like, now he seems like a nice guy, FaZe Rug, and I think he talked about wanting to get into, back into streaming. And cool, that's awesome, but you're confused as to why people love her. You're clearly very confused by that, because in your mind you think that she's this terrible person because of a tiny controversy she had that's not even a logical controversy. That controversy only exists because people are morons and don't even look at what she actually said, look at the actual situation. They just spread misinformation based off of other people's reaction to that misinformation, and they just assume that that's accurate. And come on, this is 2025. You have to look at what someone actually said, and no one cares. No one gives one crap about this. I'm going to explain to you further along in this video as to why this Extra Emily controversy is complete and utter nonsense. It's just false. It is entirely false in so many ways. But you gotta form your opinions based off of what someone says, man. Why wouldn't you look at what Extra Emily actually said that this controversy came from? You easily can. You can look up clips on YouTube. Oh my god, why'd you make this video hating on Extra Emily as 75% of this video is you just saying Extra Emily sucks because she's a bad person for something that never really happened. Think about how illogical that is.
And I don't even know why she blew up, really. I don't really care either, but...
You do care. You do care. You absolutely... This entire video is about this. You make a follow-up video to this. I wasn't even going to react to this, but you literally made another video further talking about this. Oh my god. You care. You absolutely care. It pisses you off that Extra Emily is successful and everyone loves her because you perceive her to be a bad person. You perceive to understand what it would be like to be in her position. But you absolutely don't. In any way. At all. She actually has to deal with being a famous person. Right? Ever since Streamer University earlier this year, she can't go anywhere and not have people approach her and stop her. That's crazy. That's a pain in the ass. And her having millions of dollars, right? I think she just last night on a live stream said that last month, or maybe the month of June, either July or June, one of those months, she made $90,000 that month. Do you have $90,000? Have you in your whole life? You're probably 16 years old. So I'm assuming that you there in your mom's basement, that you've never even spent 1/3 of that in all of the money you've ever spent across your entire life. what Extra Emily made in 1 month. And with that money comes actually a lot of responsibility, right? Extra Emily could get injured tomorrow, right? Somebody could get hit by a bus tomorrow, and all of a sudden she doesn't have legs. Do you think that would hinder her job? Do you think that would hinder her ability to make money? So yeah, she's got millions of dollars now, but most people who have millions of dollars, most of these professional athletes who are professional athletes from like the time they're 20 to maybe their late 20s, if they're lucky, most of them burn through all their money. They're broke. They're broke like 1 year out of like leaving whatever league was paying them tons of money. They're broke because they have a giant mortgage. They have these giant car payments, these giant insurance, taxes, all this stuff. And then on top of that, they start getting used to going on these like insane vacations, spending crazy amounts of money. So that makes them totally broke. Most people who win the lottery end up completely broke. I think it's something like 60%. Now that could be wrong. I'm just basing that off of like random YouTube videos saying that. But it is very common. So a lot of money is a lot of responsibility. Like think of just simply buying a house is a ton of responsibility. You have to do a ton of research, and not just like the pricing of the house, whether you're getting a deal or you're not, but is the value in that neighborhood going to go up? Is it going to go down? What issues is this house going to have that if a house has a major issue, you could potentially have to spend more than what the house is even worth? Like, and same with a car, but like a house is a much larger purchase. There are people who piss away every cent they ever made just from maintaining a house. So you're just completely out of your depth here, man.
Emily is a bad person. Why? Well, let's see. So she went to college. She's not a bad person because of that. Let me explain. She went to college because her parents paid, of course. She dropped out.
You say of course. Like most people, they take on student loans so their parents don't pay for their college. Right? Now a lot of these streamers, they're yuppies, they're rich kids, or like middle class or whatever, so their parents do. But most parents would just be happy never getting paid back for that. There's not an expectation that you get paid back for that. It's so bizarre, man. Most parents would just say, oh, don't pay me back. I'm just happy you're financially stable in life, and I chose to have you. I chose to bring you into this world. I chose to have a kid. You didn't choose to be born.
That's fine. She then did streaming. She then has money because she blew up.
And she's brilliant for doing that. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. If she had stuck with business or whatever her degree was in, I don't even know if she graduated. But yeah, smart choice.
And then guess what? She ain't paying back shit.
False. That's completely ridiculous. You clearly haven't listened to one statement that's come out of Extra Emily's mouth. You've just saw probably YouTube reactors reacting to it and saying, oh, like if I had millions of dollars, I would pay back my parents for college. It never actually looked into what was said and what wasn't said. You just hopped on this hate train of misinformation, and now you hate this content creator because of it. Completely falsely. You absolutely shouldn't. And thus you hate the entirety of IRL streamers? Like you're gonna say that Extra Emily, to put her in the same conversation as somebody like Jack Doherty or Johnny Somali is crazy to me. Absolutely insane. These guys who do this like IRL, on the street, trolling, pranking, starting fights with people in public. Those people are assholes. Their content is ridiculous. Extra Emily is the complete opposite. She's spreading positivity, friendship, love to people. Like, she is funny, entertaining, intelligent. Her content is completely different and incredible. She is the absolute best IRL streamer and elevates the entirety of IRL streaming to be something more than it ever was. But we'll focus on the drama, because that's really what your video is about, is this drama of Extra Emily that you know nothing about, that you did not look into, you did not do your homework. You have not watched one clip of Extra Emily talking about this, because otherwise you would actually have the correct viewpoint of it.
She ain't paying back shit, because why? Hell if I know. Hell if I care either.
You do care. You freaking... Oh my god, you clearly care. You made an 11, almost 12 minute long video where the main focus is that. Then you made another video further talking about it. Now in both videos you say almost nothing. You don't make any solid points whatsoever. But it kind of seems like you care when you make 2 videos about it, dude. This idea that, like, you don't care. You should. If you literally hate one of this huge up and coming streamer, first of all, you can just choose to not watch their content. Extra Emily very rarely does any content that doesn't have some kind of IRL element to it. Even now, when she's doing a Elden Ring marathon with Agent, just don't watch it. Like, are you just this big Agent fan who hates IRL or something? Like, what is wrong with you, man? Just don't watch her. Wow.
Oh, I do kind of care, because why aren't you going to pay back your parents who literally not only, like, fed you, cared for you, let you go to college?
Dude, you don't understand anything. You don't understand anything about money, financial responsibility, being an adult. You're probably 16 years old. Oh my god. And you don't understand anything about being a parent. Oh my god, dude. A child didn't choose to be born. They didn't choose to be brought into this world. The parents chose that. So as a parent, to say, oh, well, I fed you, I did this, I did that, I did this other thing for you, that is your legal obligation. You brought this person into the world. They didn't choose to be brought into the world. You choose to have a kid, and even if it's on an accident or whatever, the responsibility still falls on you to take care of that kid, to feed them, to clothe them. So to act like, to try to hold that over a child, what the hell? That's demented. That is sick and twisted. Oh my god. I couldn't imagine. And most parents out there would say, oh my god, if their child, when their child becomes an adult and becomes financially stable, if that child says, hey, I want to pay you back for college, they're going to say no. Like, most parents would say no. Like, put that into a house. Put that into your future. Invest that. Don't give that back to me. I didn't pay for your college to get, like, paid back. I'm not going to hold it over you that I paid for your college. Like, dude, like, the parents in that situation would be an asshole. And that's not even what Emily's parents did, right? Like, they were perfectly happy with her not paying them back. And if you actually watched this controversy, where this controversy came from, you would understand that. Because this controversy came in 3 separate waves. The first wave was Emily, I believe she was in a car, she was streaming with people. For some reason, I want to say it was like Emaru and Fusely was who she was talking to about this. And they were talking about paying back their parents the money that their parents paid for their college tuition. And the other streamers basically said, yeah, we did that. But Extra Emily said, no, I didn't do that. And I'm not going to do that. and they kind of pressed her on it a little bit right there and then. So before any controversy, they basically said, "Oh, really?" Like, and she said, "Well, I buy them expensive gifts and pay for this and that and the other thing for them." Basically saying like, "Hey, I don't see the reason to put a dollar value. Say, all right, I paid this much, this much, this much. They paid this much in tuition. I'm going to pay them back that same dollar amount, or roughly the same dollar amount." That's kind of goofy, right? Like, it's not like her parents are starving on the street or anything, or that she's not paying them back shit, as you said. No, she's actually helps them out enormously in the way you would expect a millionaire to do. Like, she literally made that crystal clear from before this ever was a controversy. But people just see the one clip of, you know, whoever the other streamers were saying they paid back their parents for college, and Emily saying, like, no, why would I do that? And they didn't even watch the full context of the conversation, that same conversation where she says, well, I pay for this for them and this for them, and I give them really expensive gifts. And I know, dude, that your idea of an expensive gift is like a PlayStation 5, but a millionaire's idea of an expensive gift is more than, you know, not like individually, but probably a couple of those, a few years of that, which Emily is like 27, 26. And really, she's only been like really popping off. She's probably only been a millionaire for like 2 years or 1 year. And she's clearly super successful. Like, she's going to make at least another $10 million at this live streaming thing within the next like 10 years. But the gifts and other ways that she helps her parents out financially and otherwise is already worth more than the college tuition that they paid, even adjusting for inflation. like how do you not understand that? You don't understand that because you're 16 years old and you live in your mother's basement,
or have that opportunity, but also they let you become a streamer.
What do you mean they let you become a streamer? They told her they didn't really ultimately care that much, because they understood, all right, our daughter is entertaining, she's funny, she's very intelligent, she's probably going to be great at anything she does. This live streaming thing, we don't even know what it is, but go for it, I guess. They were annoyed. They were definitely like, oh, we paid for her college and then she didn't even use it. But oh my god. Like, oh my god, dude. Oh my god. They to say they let her, a grown adult, they let her become a live streamer is so insane. Oh my god. As you're making YouTube videos from your mother's basement, like, would you say that your parents let you make YouTube videos? You seem like someone who doesn't contribute to the rent. You don't help your parents at all, right? Maybe you help them like carry in crates of Oreos for yourself, you know, some Costco water bottles. But like, dude, you really sound like somebody who lives in your mom's basement and doesn't contribute financially at all to the household. Because I don't know how you could be this like ignorant to basic ideas, concepts of parents of adult children or financial anything.
And it's like, why not? Is it because she got hurt because of them? Is it because she hates them? Is there some type of, like, is there some way that Emily just despises her family?
No, they're close. She loves them. if you even followed this controversy, you would understand that. So phase one, when this controversy first came up, she was just kind of talking about, the topic just randomly came up with other content creators. She mentioned that she didn't pay back her parents for college. Then later on down the road, she was streaming at her parents' house, talking to her parents about it. And like, as a joke, was talking about it. She already knew that they didn't care because she already helps them, provides for them enormously. So she kind of jokingly brought it up and was talking to them in like their kitchen, and they did mention that it kind of like annoyed them that they spent money on her to go to college and then she didn't utilize that diploma and she just became a live streamer. But they were literally laughing and saying they don't care. They're like, well, you're very successful at this. Like, things turned out great. And we don't want you to pay us back. And so that kind of respawned the controversy, because now then it gets clipped that she's once again not paying back her parents. And then upon getting criticized for that, she just did it, you know. And then that brought a third wave. Like, you're talking about this after the third wave of the controversy, which came after she actually just gave her parents the money because she was like, all right, this is annoying. I'm tired of hearing about this. Here is the... I think she had a screenshot of something of just her transferring the money directly to her parents. And it's like, because it's stupid. Only like the dumbest people out there would follow this controversy and somehow know nothing about it and then perpetuate it. So she just paid it, and then people criticized her, and you're still criticizing her. Like, this is like months after it even happened, where she was like, screw it, I'll just pay them. And now you still see her as a bad person, even though her contribution to her parents prior to just saying screw it and just paying them back the full money and probably extra, that she was already taking care of them way more than the cash value of the tuition. But she pays back the tuition money and it's still like worthy of her. She's still worthy of your hatred. And what the hell does this have to do with her content? It has nothing to do with her content or whether she's a good person or isn't. If anything, this whole tuition thing with Extra Emily should highlight how good of a person she is, because she was already helping out her parents. Like, from minute one of this controversy, it was like, oh, well, look at the context of the conversation. And I think I just happened to actually be watching this stream where this first came up. And it was like, yeah, it was so not a controversy. Like, only the dumbest people would even have made it into a controversy, because that's rational. What she was saying was rational, that she already helps them out. So what's the purpose of saying, like, putting a exact dollar amount? You paid this much tuition, therefore here it is back. Here's a check. Like, it's so goofy to me.
No. Her own mother even said that they almost went broke because of trying to satisfy Emily. Not only that, but like try to help her with college.
Do you know what going broke means? Especially to like an Asian family. You're characterizing this like joking conversation that Emily had, which you probably saw only like 2 seconds of, as being like them like they're eating nothing but craft dinner for a year. No, it was nothing like that at any point.
And it's like, what? What is going on? And sure, whatever. And there's a whole incident with the car and she had a bump and everything. And I don't care about that. I care about this. I had a rough beginning. And as you can see, it has gotten better. And it came from hardships, not only from me, but from my parents, who also suffered. And I respect them. And I will. No matter what. No matter how famous, no matter how much money I get, I will pay them back. I guess Extra Emily just does not care.
What are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about? If she didn't care about her parents, she wouldn't talk to them. Like, a regular thing on Emily's streams is like her dad calling her. Like, she's still in her parents' lives and she helps them out. Oh my god. It's so insane to me that a woman who was probably given her parents like hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of help, probably more money than they've ever spent on her cumulatively. She spent more on them. And you're gonna act like she doesn't care about her parents at all and has never given them a dime. But you and your theoretical money, this theoretical reality, would give your parents every dime you ever made. Like, what? Think about what you're saying before you say it, please. Like, you hit record. You made this video. And it's just gibberish.
Next one on the list. Now, let's move on from, like, I don't know how to explain this. Let's come from the parents not being the problem to them being a problem. With the next person on the list, Jack Doherty. I'm not gonna lie, I remember watching him. I remember when years ago, really. That was the only
Jack Doherty.
I don't know why.
Jack Doherty's addicted.
It's like the whole alpha male thing. Degenerate. He became like a clown.
Yeah, Johnny Somali is a clown.
But the weird thing is, it seemed like he had a kink for it. I'm not gonna lie, this guy seemed almost pleased. It was like, come fight me. They do it again. Are you? I've never seen someone like this just love it that much. But one day, while he was doing his usual antics, he would not get away with it. He was put under a travel ban until he was trialed, but he was arrested. Why? For letting his chat say that he had a bomb in a university. Yes.
Yeah, these prankster IRL streamers, they suck. These like kick IRL trolls starting fights, they suck. Okay, like,
trying to run away and pretend it didn't happen.
To try to like group the entirety of IRL streaming to the shittiest corner of it is very bizarre, and then to only mention like people who've had controversy in the last 2 years is weird. How do you not talk about like Ice Poseidon? You're talking about Jack Doherty.
But
Johnny
of
Somali.
course his dumbass was still streaming, so it was pretty easy to find him.
I'm so confused. You're bringing up these people who no one likes, who everyone understands their very legitimate controversies, and then you're trying to group Extra Emily in this very illegitimate controversy that she's had. I don't know how, even in your false reality, that these things are comparable. Like a successful, awesome, great IRL streamer who, even if you thought that she only gave that money because of the pressure of the, community, is the only reason that she paid back her parents the tuition money. to still say that she's like a bad person for that is so crazy to me. It just that absolutely does not make sense at all. Like, what a bad person would do in that situation is they would lie. They would say, "Oh, my parents were awful. They're not seeing a dime." They would throw their parents under the bus, or they would lie like Boogie 2988 and say, "Oh, well, I'm broke." Maybe he is broke, you know. But like certain other content creators in the past have lied. Made out their financial situation be so much worse than what it actually is. Dude, like, it's just, the problem with people like this guy is they don't understand anything about the real world and being an adult, and their entire like basis for this is just like they just watch too many of these live streams, and they don't see how like fake a lot of these live streamers are, and it just perverts their entire worldview, and they just become these weird like parasocial Andes who have just these bizarre connections to these live streamers in ways that don't really make sense to people who have sort of actual friends and family and connections in their in reality. So that's how you get these people with these very bizarre ideas of how the world works.
And he had the balls to actually say, "Oh, I didn't do anything wrong." Are you mental? But like, what, dude? Right. He didn't do anything wrong, and Hassan isn't a terrorist supporting prick.
Again, what does that have to do with anything? Like, Hassan is a terrorist supporting prick who, funnily enough, like, I actually got like chat, like a temporary ban in someone's chat for saying America deserved 9/11, Hassan Piker. Because he was at the Phase 4th of July party. I said that in someone's chat. Because, like, you can't make statements like America deserved 9/11, but you're at an Independence Day party. Like, you're the most America-hating guy out there.
I'll leave that one there. I won't touch on that yet.
Like, his whole brand is hating America. Then he goes to a 4th of July party.
And I'll leave you enjoying that you're not one of these people, at least, so be happy. And you'll be able to sleep knowing you'll never be them, even in the end.
Just bizarre. I don't understand. So I watched this video, and it just surprised me of how much the guy did not talk about the concept of IRL streaming whatsoever. So I figured I would react to it, and that's why this video is going to be a little bit long, is because I'm going to actually talk about the topic, and then I'm gonna react to his follow-up video. This had like it had, I think, one comment and then his reply. He might have replied to it more. He did, because he made a video talking about this guy's comment. We'll get to that, and then we'll come back here and read that conversation. Because, my goodness. So, IRL streaming. People are annoyed with it. If you're going to criticize it, what you would do, if you were a normal person, is you would say, I don't like the direction that streaming content has shifted towards IRL streaming and away from its origins of being gaming content. And it seems to have switched from gaming content to more of a reaction, just chatting sort of thing, to where now it's heavily focused on IRL, and you have certain gaming content creators going from making PC streams where they're playing games to now they're out in the real world. And that's fine. Like, that's totally okay. But you would never do it by going after specific content creators, especially Extra Emily. Because, dude, you need to get a grip. You talked about you'll never be these streamers. You won't. Unless you drastically, like, change your perspective. Because, man, outside of your setup not being as good, right? Like, you're not we're not multi-millionaires like Extra Emily. I didn't make $90,000 last month. I did not. Extra Emily did. Her setup, her PC setup, way better than yours, way better than mine, right? Her doing a PC stream, which she does some React content, is way better. She's better than me. She's better than you. Like, literally the thing that you're doing, she's better than you at. By far, by miles, dude. So, weird. Really weird. And again, it's content that you can just not watch. Like, I don't even understand it. Say you really like a streamer who used to be heavily focused on gaming, was their content, and now they're far more focused on IRL. I don't know, maybe like Emaru or something you could point to. Which really, she's not a great example of it, but there is so much more streamers now, though. So, like, as that is happening, you're having more people. I feel like a large turning point was Streamer University earlier this year, because the two biggest events recently in the streaming world was the World of Warcraft Streamer Guild OnlyFangs, and then Streamer University. And since then, a lot more IRL streamers specifically have gotten a lot of attention. They've blown up. Just don't watch them. Just don't watch them then. I don't understand. There is like an infinite amount, hundreds if not thousands of people streaming your favorite game right now. And even look at something, an event. It could be Twitch Rivals. It could be any sort of thing where streamers are playing a game together. It could be Season 2 of OnlyFangs. A lot of the entertainment of that content is the collaborative nature of it. Right? Like, seeing Tyler 1 play hardcore classic WoW would be enormously less entertaining if he was just doing it himself. So where does the entertainment value in that content really come from? Right? Is it watching Tyler run Ubers 300 times in a row? Or is it Tyler having conversations with people? Right? Like, no one got entertainment from Soda Poppin' watching him throw, intentionally lose to Tyler 1 in duels. Right? That wasn't... seconds into watching that, I'm like, alright, Soda's not trying. He's throwing this. This is a work. And I understand it, because this event that they're having, it's not about who's the better World of Warcraft player. Like, Tyler 1 is not better at World of Warcraft than Soda Poppin'. The idea of Tyler beating Soda Poppin' in a duel is hilarious. So what they're doing there is all about the theatrics of it, the kayfabe, the collaboration. It's about all the people watching the duel reacting, rooting for who they want to win, being upset when someone wins and someone doesn't, right? Like, it's so funny when Lakari was like rooting for Tyler the whole time, and then Tyler wins, and then Tyler, one of the first things Tyler wants to do is come after Lakari, and Lakari's like, what? I was rooting for you. It's the collaborative nature of it all, which just confuses me, because that collaborative nature is so much richer and more entertaining in an IRL context. You get these people and they're interacting face to face. They're interacting in ways that they never would be able to just playing World of Warcraft and voice chatting with each other. It's just shocking to me. Like, Extra Emily recently, in that Ludwig does a lot of events, and he did one where they were playing basketball together. Now imagine if Extra Emily, who's done gaming content, who right now is doing a Elden Ring marathon, which is very entertaining, by the way. If instead of playing basketball was playing, I don't know what game, playing some stupid online game with these other content creators, that might be entertaining, right? Like the AT&T Annihilator Cup. That was entertaining to watch. But really, just as entertaining is watching Extra Emily interact with like Lacey at that basketball event. So I don't know what your deal is. Why you just think all IRL streamers suck. You don't really make a good point here. But let's watch your next video, because you made a follow-up, and I like this type of follow-up video where you go through the comments on your video. I've done this exact type of thing where people were commenting some ridiculous things, and I figured, hey, this comment is so out to lunch that I don't even want to type a response to it. And I had this whole guy say like this, go into this story of how he was stalking this YouTuber. Like I've had this go to crazy places in the past with comments on my videos. So I like continuing an argument with a person and doing it in this format, because it's hard to type out a response. It's hard to say everything you want to say just typing back to a person's comment on your video. So I like this type of video for sure, but let's see what he does.
Guys, welcome back to another video today. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video today. I'm going to explain further why I made the video IRL Streamers Suck. Now, it's clear no one really watched it.
Now it has I think like 500 views. So I mean, it popped off a little bit, man. And I've experienced that talking about these streamers. Me reacting to the stuff that was going on in OnlyFans got pretty good views. I think one of them was my highest like view count per amount of time. Like, it grew the fastest. So I mean, you might want to start watching a lot more IRL streamers if you want some easy views.
Why do I say that? Let's head to the community real quick. And I'm going to talk about this because, well, no one is really like commenting, just this guy. And I'm kind of glad he did, because it just shows the ignorance that most people are like showing me. Guy sitting in his basement trying to be a streamer while shitting on a good person / streamer like Extra Emily. Self-reflection, bud.
Now this is what I mean. I completely agree with this guy's comment, even though it doesn't really explain the points he's making against you all that well. Like, he doesn't explain why Extra Emily's a good person, but I've done so in this video, and that's kind of part of what made me want to make this video, was that you were dead wrong in your first video. This comment criticizing you is exactly right, and then you can't even like provide a solid refutation to that argument, even though the argument's very thin, because he doesn't explain why Extra Emily's a good person. But you haven't actually explained why she's a bad person, other than you saw a headline, you maybe watched a very short video talking about it.
And I actually posted a comment defending someone who does not have enough respect for their parents to pay them back for college says a lot about your character, champ. And it does. You could have made a point by saying something, but you just decided to insult me. And he did. I'm not taking this personal. He doesn't know me, I don't know him. You know, he might be a good guy, and like Extra Emily, she might be a good person. But what she has shown so far, to me, is not a good person.
Well, so you only knowing her through a brief headline, like to act like the onus is on her is crazy. Like, you know of one controversy she's had, and you just hate her because of that, and you think you're in the right for doing so. And that specific controversy, you know basically nothing about, and you are completely in the wrong about. Wow.
I don't know what you guys think, and honestly, I would like to know. Please comment. What did I have wrong? Why do people not understand me more like it?
Well, because you're dead wrong, and the entire basis of what you're saying is based off of a tiny fragment of misinformation. And I thought about commenting when you said that, when I watched this and you said that, but I'm like, well, I make videos. Making a video about it will help me better display that, and I'm going to continue to display that. Like, I actually have some videos lined up to go through after I talk about what you say here.
It's not ignorance, but it's more like blatant, blindly following. Now, why am I saying this? Well, let's see. 11 dislikes. I don't care about dislikes, but it shows that a lot of people may not have understood what I was saying. So, because it was confusing, because, well, I had a point, and no one is really refuting, so it's just a little weird, and I'm pretty sure it's because of Extra Emily, and I'm here to further explain. Further, Emily is not the streamer you like. What do I mean? She is not a good person. What do I mean further? The person was defending someone who did not help their parents when she should have.
Again, you're completely wrong about that. Ever since she became financially stable, she has been helping them in a variety of ways, financially and otherwise. Now, you can think less of her for the fact that she didn't pay her parents back, specifically say, this is the college tuition you paid, here's that dollar amount. You can think a little bit less of her because she didn't do that until it annoyed her. It became an annoyance because people wouldn't shut up about it. But to say she's a bad person is an insane exaggeration. Like, I feel like you are just this, like, weirdo who hasn't encountered other human beings outside of in your own household when you went to school, which you probably hated. You're probably still in school. I mean, like me, I hated being in school. In high school, I could not wait to get home to hop on Halo 3 on Xbox Live and hop on World of Warcraft. You know, I still had friends and stuff at school and all that, but I did not really care that much. I was more just into gaming, man. So, like, that's where I'm coming from when I say this. But, like, dude, you just have no life experience to draw from. So you calling someone a bad person really just makes it seem like you have no idea what a bad person even is. Because, my goodness, Extra Emily has given her parents more. Even outside of the tuition, which she did pay back. But it just not in the way that is good enough for you, apparently. not in the time frame that's good enough for you. Even outside of just that tuition money that she paid back to them, she has given more to her parents than you will in your entire life give to your parents. So to call her a bad person, if she's a bad person, then what are you? Then what are you? What are you? What do you give to your parents? Tell me which percentage of the rent do you pay? Which percentage of the bills do you pay? You seem like you live in your mom's basement, dude. Like, what, like, come on, man. Like, what the hell are you talking about? It's so insane to me that you're going to point to a woman who's given her parents hundreds of thousands of dollars and say she's a bad person. What have you done? What have you done? And I'm going to talk about it when I get to it. About her work with charity. But we'll get there. We will get there.
I don't know if it's because y'all haven't seen the clip, but I will find it here in a second. Well, I did not find the clip, but I could, and this is...
To be fair, it is hard with these things, because you put up, like, Extra Emily, college, parents, whatever. What you're going to get is similar to this. Now, again, I don't mean to criticize, to be too harsh here. Because I think you can learn and grow from this experience and make better videos in the future. But if you were to even try to find this clip on YouTube, because there's so much of these brain dead people reacting to this, kind of like this guy is, they're just regurgitating this misinformation. So you're going to have to go through like hundreds of videos just criticizing Extra Emily falsely based off of that misinformation. So actually finding the clips of her saying this would be a little bit difficult. But it's possible. It is possible. Somebody out there should go through it and find those clips of those conversations. Like I said, it was 3 waves. It was Extra Emily talking to other content creators initially. Then a while later, like months later, she was talking with her parents in their kitchen. And they're like, we don't care if you pay this back. We're a little annoyed. They were at first, right? It's not like they're annoyed now that their daughter's a successful millionaire. She's only been streaming for 5 years, right? So yeah, for those first 2 years, they were probably like, oh my god, like, our daughter's like, she's wild, she's wacky, she's a little bit extra. She's doing this, like, live streaming thing. But it was quick. It was, like, real quick. Like, it's not like just earlier this year, Emily got accepted to Streamer University and now she's successful. No. That's not how it went at all. She was like a year into streaming and she was popping off in a major way. It might have been a year and a half to 2 years that she got into OTK, like one of the biggest streaming organizations. The one that Asmongold, Mizkif, S-Fan are in, Emaru. But she was already popping off. I was surprised when she got into OTK just because she doesn't really like match that sort of gamer vibe that OTK certainly has. Like an IRL streamer you think would more so end up on like OTV as far as an organization. But I was pumped because I'm like, I had barely seen Extra Emily at all, but I knew she was hilarious. I'm like, this is a very weird pickup for OTK, but oh my god, I'm pumped. Like, she is gonna different style of content than them, but amazing content, phenomenal. And she would have only been streaming for like maybe 2 years at that point. But the only reason I had been aware of her prior to that, having never watched one of her streams, but I had like seen some of her streams on YouTube. And I knew she was like the bomb. Like she was the best IRL streamer, innovative, better than anyone's ever done it before because she's intelligent, funny, entertaining, good at it, right? Because she often does her own camera work. She doesn't use a cameraman. So like there's a lot of like technical aspect to that, right? You're not only entertaining the viewers, but doing camera work. That's very hard to do. And to do it at the level that Extra Emily does, It's unmatched. It's unparalleled. She is the best IRL streamer. So although it was very strange, I was excited because I'm like, that woman is hilarious. This is going to be very interesting to see how this unfolds.
How it is now. I told you, she paid back her parents for her tuition. That means before this, she did not. Are you following? That means she did not before. Now she did.
No one cares. No one cares about your timeline of, oh, well, it wasn't until after she got pushback on not doing it that she did it. So therefore, she's a bad person. No one gives a fuck. No one cares. No one sees her as a bad person about this. No one cares about this. That's why she's popping off despite this. Because only the dumbest people out there would ever in a million years hold this against her in any kind of way. Like, even if it was accurate, even if what you're saying right now was actually, like, a reasonable thing to say, that she's given her parents dick all, that she's terrible to them, and that after pushback, she had paid them back. Who cares? Who cares? No one would care. Even in that false reality, no one would care. Because whose business is it? Right? Like, I'm not... Unless you're in Emily's pants, it's none of your freaking business. Like, what are you out of your mind? You got people on here who are exploiting other people on a regular basis. Like, there are genuinely bad people who are live streamers. Horrible people. You even mentioned in your other video Hassan Piker, who is a colossal piece of crap, who is manipulating the dumbest people on the internet, his viewers, getting his stupid orbiters to harass Ethan Klein. Like, this guy's a pure propagandist, terrorist supporting evil person. And he's not even, like, I wouldn't even put Hassan's evil in the top, like, 1,000 of live streamers in terms of the most evil. Like, oh my god, dude. What the hell is wrong with you? Like, what the fuck? Like, what is this goofiness? What is this goofiness? Like, oh my god. I don't understand it. Like, yeah, you're jealous. You're jealous of Emily. You are super jealous of her success and the fact that so many content creators absolutely adore her. And that makes you very jealous. But why? Why? I don't understand. Because Emily's like the most deserving person, right? Like, alright, you can say maybe she doesn't deserve the fact that she was born with a really good memory and that she's really intelligent. She was just born that way. But to ignore her hard work, to ignore the fact that she's funny, that she puts herself out there, that she elevates any content creator that she collaborates with, the entirety of Streamer University would be a far less successful and entertaining event if Extra Emily had not gone. Right? The moment that she applied, before Kai Cenat even accepted her into Streamer U, I said, oh my god, if Kai Cenat does not accept Extra Emily, her application to this event, that would be one of the dumbest things that a live streamer has done. Because she's amazing. She is, like, actually the best IRL streamer. Could you imagine? You're holding an IRL streaming event, primarily, and the best, the GOAT, applies. She works so hard, like I was saying, with the camera work and the content. And even when she's in front of a PC, she's great. You're one of the hardest working, highest quality content creators in all of live streaming. And you have this, like, bizarre jealous hatred of her to where you can't shut up about it. Like, to where you're making another video trying to justify it, grasping at straws to try to make sense of your non-argument. No one cares about this tuition thing, buds. Oh, she didn't pay back her parents for the tuition in the timeline you see fit. Pull your head out of your ass.
But is it still right? No. She shouldn't have gotten this much, this far, not paying. It's almost like, I'm sorry I got caught.
She doesn't give a crap. She doesn't give a crap, man. She doesn't give a crap. That's what you don't understand. That's what you don't understand. At all. Is she doesn't care. Oh, she was caught? What do you mean caught? She openly said it. She literally, after initially saying it, that this is what happened, and getting pushback, getting some criticism, she then live streamed at her parents' house and brought up the topic to them. You to say, like, this is something she was hiding, and she's like, oh no, I got caught. I have to pay back tuition to my parents. What, on what planet do you imagine her caring, man? Like, what the, what do you, these people who will just rewrite reality, it's so, like, goofy to me. Dude, I think just so many of these people who watch live streamers are incredibly attached from reality. They are like 10 steps attached from reality. Because the thing is, a lot of these streamers, their friendships aren't really all that deep. They're just kind of work friendships. You got your work friends and you got your real friends. And the thing is, that's very true of online content creation as well. Like, there's no real practical reason for it to be different just because these people are on camera, right? Like Extra Emily, for example, she used to do content with Ms. Kiff. She would do a fair bit of content at the gym that Ms. Kiff had, Iron Forge Gym, which I think still exists or whatever. And then Ms. Kiff moves to LA, and they haven't really collaborated, Emily and Ms. Kiff, since then, right? Because maybe their friendship is more of a work friendship, right? Maybe, granted, she's blown up like crazy. So, these people trying to manage these work friendships that are, like, ever exponentially expanding, it's got to be a nightmare. But, jeez.
Let me ask you guys this. Your parents fed you, clothed you, loved you, paid for everything, and you make it. Let's say you want to be an artist. Boom, you're an artist. You want to be a musician. You're a musician. YouTuber, live streamer. Are you going to pay them back? I mean, should. Unless, of course, you did have some, beef, some bad stuff happen.
No, my parents definitely did not have enough money to pay for my college. I got my college paid for through other means, through a sponsorship. So I didn't have to accumulate student loan debt. But, like, if I was a multimillionaire, yeah, I probably would. But I don't hold it against somebody if they do, if they don't, but they're still, like, helpful towards their parents. It's just not any of my business, man. It's just not at all. Especially someone who's still in their 20s. Right? Like, it's different if someone's a multimillionaire and they've already made it through, like, their early adulthood. If someone's like 40 and a millionaire, that's a lot different than someone who's in their 20s and a millionaire. Most athletes, like these professional athletes, they end up broke. Most people who win the lottery end up broke because they just spend all their money within a few years. So that's different from someone who's like middle-aged, old, and has already made it through like a ton of potential financial struggle and established themselves long term, because there's more than just money. A lot of these streamers don't own property. I don't know why, or they just don't tell you that they own property. They should. Like, absolutely, a lot of these streamers should have like rental properties going. But they could easily, like, very easily just burn through all of their money if they were irresponsible. So that's kind of how, like, adult life works. Money is an enormous responsibility. Even something as basic as, like, buying a house is a huge financial thing. Something that you have to do basically, like, months of homework on to figure out, like, what houses are valuable, why they're valuable, what are problems houses can have, how to look for those problems, which ones are manageable, which ones aren't, which ones can be fixed. If I buy this property, is it going to make me money? Is it going to lose me money? Like, and the problem with this guy is that he watches these streamers and he doesn't understand that their friendships are work friendships, that their lives are, that their content is kind of like self-curated, and that's not very, like, it doesn't resemble even that streamer's own true personal life, social life, professional life. And it certainly doesn't represent, like, your average person's social life. Because, to be honest, even someone very friendly like Emily, who makes friends everywhere she goes, I have friendships with several people that are better than any friendship Extra Emily has. Right? Like, Extra Emily's very career driven, and her career requires her to constantly be making an enormous amount of work friends. So she just simply doesn't have time to maintain, like, real, normal, non-content friendships. She really doesn't. And understandably so. And she's very successful at it.
You know, not all parents are perfect. But even then, if they...
And this idea of, like, oh, your parents fed you this, that, and the other. It's like you're saying that these parents need to be paid back for that. Like, I'm a parent. I have a child. I don't expect my child, when they're an adult, that they're obligated to pay me back. Because guess what? That child exists because of me. So that is my, like, responsibility to do that. Right? Like, I got food. I got food, like, in frame that I purchased for my child. They don't owe me shit because of that. That's my responsibility, not only morally and ethically, but legally. It's so bizarre to me to try to, like, sprinkle that into your argument like it's even remotely valid. And no child is under any obligation to pay back their parent any amount of money, unless they have, like, a contract to do so, or they've promised to do so. And Emily's parents literally told her, like, that she does not have to pay them back for what they paid for college. It would have never even come up. They don't even care. Literally, that only came up because Extra Emily went out of her way to press them on the topic.
have supported you this long and far enough for you to be a streamer like Emily, there should not be as much hate, or one should not despise the other more than the other, because her family let her do this.
What do you mean, let her do this? Are you okay? Are you, like, chained to your chair? Do your parents, like, control everything you do or don't do? Like, what are you talking about? Let her do this. She's in her late 20s. What the fuck? Like, what are you talking about? Let her do this. Like, it's not even, like, a life-changing thing. Like, that's the crazy thing, is this is, like, actually meaningless if you stop and think about it for 2 seconds, but you're 16 years old and you don't know anything about the world. If her parents didn't pay for her college, then she would have gotten student loans. And she would have already paid them back. There's no like functional difference. Like what the hell?
I'm not hating. I don't hate her. I barely know her. I am simply stating my opinion that IRL streamers suck. And they do. And no one has proved me wrong because
your freaking standard, your metric for proving you wrong. Well, I've just proved you wrong, that you are completely incorrect on Extra Emily being a bad person. She's contributed more to her parents than you ever will contribute to your parents in your life. So under that standard, you're a bad person. Prove me wrong. And I'm using your standard that you're applying to her. And that's the only way you've criticized her content, is try to attack her character based off of a dumb controversy that exists only because of misinformation. Goodness.
they have been focusing on Extra Emily. And I stand by what I say, and I do not take anything back.
Well, dude, you can't just group act. Why? You gotta think, why are people saying that? Why are people defending Emily and not defending Jack Doherty and Johnny Zamali and Neon? Maybe it's because she's different than them. Like, what the hell? What the hell? How do you see people who've gone up and, like, assaulted people on the street being the same as Extra Emily, paying back her college tuition, but not in the timeline that you see fit, as being the same? They're identical to you. How? How in the world? Like, what is wrong with you? What the hell is wrong with you? Please. My goodness. And this idea that everyone must prove to you that Emily's a good person. That is such a shitty way to go about life. Say, I'm not going to look into anything. I'm not going to consider anyone else's opinion until they prove to me. They show me the proof that Extra Emily's a good person. Like, it goes beyond just Extra Emily. It's not just about Extra Emily. It's about everything. You should be flexible. You should be open-minded. Instead of just rigidly, dementedly watching probably one very short video criticizing Emily that provided no, like, evidence, no proof, no nothing. You're just hopping on that bandwagon and sticking on that bandwagon for no reason and completely unwilling to change your view with more information. What the what is wrong with people? This kind of stuff blows my mind. Why are you making these videos talking about this? And you get pushback because Extra Emily's genuinely a good person. And you just say, oh, well, that's not good enough. No one's proved to me that she's a good person. Just everyone thinks it but me. But I'm right. That's... what the fuck? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? The entire internet is disagreeing with you because you're an idiot.
She shouldn't have needed to wait this long. We shouldn't have...
And I'm sorry, you know, I'm very sorry, because I don't like criticizing, I don't like calling some random 16-year-old a moron. But what is wrong with you? Come back to reality, please. Like, think about how that doesn't make sense. Right? You know? Like, if 99% of the internet loves Extra Emily and sees her as a good person, and 1% hates her because she didn't pay back college tuition to her parents in a timely enough manner, I don't know, maybe the 99% might be right. They could be wrong. Right? The majority of people are wrong about plenty of things. But what you're suggesting is very stupid. Very, very stupid. It's illogical. It doesn't make any sense. So, I feel like the burden's on you. for you to prove Emily's a bad person, and it's really not on everyone else. And you insisting that it is makes you a dickhead.
Just have this now. It's not right. You have to understand that this is not right. Unless you're defending not supporting your parents after you can.
Again, you're just so ignorant on the topic. You don't know what the... She's very supportive of her parents and always has been.
Right? Again, no hate to anyone. Also, I am not a streamer. I never claimed to be a streamer. This is literally just a hobby. I have other stuff. I enjoy doing YouTube because I create. And I can talk.
You regurgitate. You haven't said one thing in both of your videos here that's original. That doesn't come just directly from somebody else. Besides random, vague details about yourself.
But yeah. So, boom. She did it right. She did something right. But again...
In January! You uploaded this a couple of days ago! You uploaded this in August! This controversy was over in January! What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Like, Extra Emily's notable blow up in popularity happened in, like, March. Like, what the... You're just digging up the past to try to claim that she's a bad person. Like, could she wired her parents $47,000. That's how she's a bad person. My goodness, man. Think. You gotta get the wheels turning, man. I don't know. Look up some puzzles online or something. Like there's some activity that needs to start happening up top. Or I don't get what's happening here.
It's not... It doesn't really change a lot. Plus, my opinion doesn't change at all. IRL Streamers...
I know. Nothing changes your opinion. Even presented with different information, it doesn't change your view at all. Do you think that makes sense? If you had a solid argument, if you could point to other reasons as to how she's a bad person, then sure, you could say that doesn't change my opinion. But you haven't. You haven't pointed to one other thing.
Streamers suck. Debate with me or not. Insult me or not. If you insult me, you're not helping the case.
In this video, I'm not trying to insult you. I'm trying to debate you, but I genuinely think it's beneficial that someone tell you the truth, that what you're saying here is incredibly illogical and something only a stupid person would say. Now, that doesn't mean you are a stupid person. It just means that you're saying things that a stupid person would say. Only a stupid person presents an argument based off of one tiny thing that happened a long time ago that doesn't even show what you're trying to show. Because what you're trying to say is that she doesn't give a crap about her parents or helping her parents in any kind of way. This doesn't show that, right? Like, no, in no way does this show that. The fact that she wired her parents $47,000 doesn't demonstrate that she just doesn't give a crap about her parents. In no way does it do that, right? And in fact, that's entirely ignorant of all the other stuff she's done for her parents. Which, again, she highlighted before this even was a controversy. Literally, the clip that they used to make this into a controversy comes from a live stream where she's talking about how she provides for her family.
It's just a little weird. Hopefully this cleared some things up. I don't care if y'all hate me. I just want to make some things clear. I don't care for hate. I don't care for fame. I just want to make sure that we are on the same ground. You know, no disrespect to the guy as well. I'm glad he talked, because if he didn't, I wouldn't understand what was the misunderstanding. It was just extra Emily. So shout out to the guy. You know, no hate. Really, really glad he said in his basement. I don't live alone, but thank you for thinking that I did.
That's that's like one of the craziest parts about this video, man. It's like, actually, this isn't like the basement of my place. This is actually like my mom's basement. So like, thanks for thinking that like I actually had my own place. That's a weird thing. Like, you maybe should have edited that out.
Yeah.
Which, like, no shame, no shame. You seem like you're 16 years old. I just, that was a weird thing to say.
To also be doing YouTube, saw you stopped a year ago, with some stuff. I hope you become a YouTuber again, you know, give your opinion, but of course not everyone wants to be one. No hate, by the way. Just want to frame that. I want to make sure everyone knows that there is no hate, because I don't want to build a community on hate, and I don't want to build this debate on hate. So let's.
Well, you're saying you don't want to build this, talking about this topic on hate or a community on hate, but try to understand that the entirety of what you're saying is that Emily's a bad person because she didn't pay back her college tuition to her parents in what you see as an appropriate manner. That seems like hate. That seems like being a hater. That seems like really searching for some which way to find a reason to hate someone. And then you take this idea of her being a bad person, which is an extreme stretch, and to say that she's like some kind of terrible content creator, that she sucks as an IRL streamer. Again, that's hater behavior. That seems very much like just blind hate. Because what does this tuition nonsense have anything to do with the content that she creates? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And I don't understand why you don't understand that.
Keep it like that. Alright? Any debates. Let's not put any of personal.
And I like Michael Jackson's music, but you can't tell me that in the interview where he talks about having this like random 8-year-old boy sleep in his bed with him, that guy didn't do some shady stuff. Right? But I'll listen to a Michael Jackson song, right? Like, if Billie Jean comes on, I'm going to enjoy listening to it.
No life in here. So yeah. I hope you guys did enjoy this explanation.
Also, you mentioned FaZe Rug. As though, like, so Extra Emily talking to FaZe Rug is like something that she should be like excited about. That FaZe Rug lowered himself to talk to Extra Emily briefly. FaZe Rug, like, early FaZe Clan, even FaZe Clan today has its controversies, but like early FaZe guys, like, dude, you're like completely out to lunch. If you think this Emily thing is a controversy and makes her look bad, you might want to look into early FaZe, man. Like, what the hell?
I hope you enjoy your day. And I hope that from now on I will make sure to explain further. Bye.
Alright, well, I don't know what this thing's doing. So, I got some other videos lined up, because he doesn't really talk about like why IRL streaming specifically is bad or isn't bad. So I wanted to talk about Extra Emily's actual content and IRL streaming in general. So, who is Extra Emily? She's an IRL streamer. She's the best IRL streamer because she's funny, intelligent, outgoing, charming. She's an incredible camera woman. She just does a good job at all aspects of it. Doing the camera work herself and streaming, and her ability to communicate with people, make it funny, make it enjoyable, her positivity. She's just the best by far. So right now she's actually doing a marathon with her with her boyfriend, Agent 00. And although parts of their stream have been quite entertaining of them actually playing Elden Ring so far, and we're probably not even halfway through this marathon, it's going on right now. The best moment was they went to Waffle House. And there's this creepy guy who's filming Extra Emily. He points a camera at her, tells her that he's got something important to tell her, that that she just needs to get away from the guy there, Agent. She needs to get away from him. And it's this like creepy. He talks about the singer Kesha, who I guess would probably be doing a rehearsal. It's just like creepy as hell.
Down the hill.
What?
To get to the bottom.
So yeah, that's just a moment. She goes on and plays a Kesha song when they leave, and the guy doesn't react at all. This like creepy guy who's pointing a camera at her and telling her to separate from Agent so he can invite her to this Kesha rehearsal. He doesn't mention it's a rehearsal, but Agent looks up that Kesha's playing like the following night after the night he's talking about, so it would be a rehearsal. And the guy's talking to, he's like, you should shut off your cameras, like you got what I got to tell you and invite you to. It's a big deal. Get away from that guy so I can invite you to this Kesha rehearsal. It's given like major PDF file vibes, as like Emily herself. The fact that they're in costumes and the way that Extra Emily acts, it's he probably thought she was a teenager. But one thing I wanted to point to about Extra Emily being a good person was the recent QT Cinderella puts on a charity event like every year of sort of like karaoke, a concert, if you will, of karaoke singing of various content creators, and Extra Emily herself performed there, as did so many other content creators. Arky, QT, Maya, Austin Show, Wake, tons of people. So Emily, at this event that's raised a bunch of money for charity, for specifically animal charities, she took this very seriously, right? Most of the people who went there had a costume that sort of fit whatever song they were doing, but Extra Emily rehearsed, like she practiced this. She put a lot of thought into what song she was going to perform here, and she practiced. So to me, this is the greatest streaming moment so far of 2025, is Extra Emily performing at QT Cinderella's concert for charity, as she actually like put a lot of prep work and thought into this and did a really good job performing a song by Big Sean and Nicki Minaj. Yeah, like, it's just, she's the best. She is the GOAT of IRL streaming. Plain and simple. And this moment in particular, one of her most popular moments of the year, was her at the drive-thru with Agent during Streamer University.
Getting nervous a little bit.
Are we ready?
Thank you very much. I shall. Hello. May I please? Oh, hello. Can I please have one ice cream cone, perchance?
Yeah, anything else?
Ooh. I would also love an ice cream sundae with hot fudge.
Okay.
Yes. And what flavor is that?
What?
The cone and the sundae, is it vanilla?
Yeah, vanilla.
Great choice. Oh, thank you. That'll be all.
538, second window.
What a deal. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so
Can I dap you?
Oh yeah.
so Streamer University was just this big collaborative event where Kai Cenat invited a whole bunch of streamers to be at this university campus in Akron, Ohio. And it was very like not structured in a lot of ways. A lot of the content depended upon the streamers just streaming together, specifically IRL streaming. And Extra Emily, being the single best IRL streamer, really just elevated the entire event. And that's why she's gotten so popular off of it. And this has caused an enormous amount of jealousy from a lot of online content creators. But what they're failing to see is they have never watched Extra Emily's content. They don't know what she brought to the table here. And even the Streamer University event has gotten a lot of criticism because of its like lack of structure. And it would be kind of hard to just hear about this event after the fact and try to tune in after the fact, right? You pretty much the way to do that is to watch like the AMP members specific videos that have been uploaded of the event and Extra Emily's videos of the event. But even that, a lot is lost. Like, I watched most of Emily's streams of this event, and what she did there with this event is insane. Absolutely insane. As me being a viewer, being only like vaguely familiar with like Kai Cenat, Agent, and maybe like one or two other people, do I even like have any idea who they even were going into this? But me being familiar with Extra Emily, it was and her herself only being vaguely familiar with a couple of people like Kai Cenat. It allows the viewer to watch the event in a similar perspective of her and through her POV as she is getting to know all these people. Her walking into this event where she could have barely streamed only herself, made it her own stream all about her, she decided to make it about everyone else. She decided to, I mean, it also highlights her own strength, but in doing so, she created one of the best series of live streams that there's ever been. Because she goes around this event knowing basically no one, probably knowing like 1% of the people there, to leaving the event knowing nearly 90% of the people there, as she would stop and talk to anyone, get to know them. And as she would get to know them, she also has a very good memory. She remembered like 1,000 digits of pi. She can do like speed Rubik's cubing. Like, she's a very intelligent woman. But say she meets a streamer, and it could be like a nobody streamer, somebody who's not even a popular streamer. Then 2 days later at the event, runs into them again and says, "Hey, so-and-so." And you could see it in their face that they were amazed that she even like remembered their name from just a brief interaction that they had had. And it's honestly impressive to remember like hundreds of people's names and remember like the previous conversation that you had with them whilst meeting hundreds of people. Like, I don't even think like, I have a good memory, and I don't think I would have been able to remember. And me as a viewer, I couldn't even remember, right? Like, I was watching this, and she's talking to this person, and it's like, hey, so-and-so. Because, yeah, that's just, like, not easy to do by any means. And it's, she really made the most of it, and she really elevated, like, the entire event and those people's content. Right? Like, not only is she making really good content for her own channel and, like, the event specifically, but each individual streamer. Like, if they were streaming that, they now have a clip for their own content of them with Extra Emily. Which is kind of a big deal now, right? In the previous clip, where her and Agent, they had just gotten kicked out of a Walmart, which was entertaining. Then they go through a McDonald's drive-thru, and she says, "What a deal!" And that's like her catchphrase to this day. Like, months later, her chat wants her to say "what a deal" at any opportunity to say "what a deal." But her rolling up to that drive-thru with Agent, I knew it was going to be good because of her content in drive-thrus, right? Like, Emily, if you're an Emily viewer, you would know that this what a deal moment, which is one of the biggest moments of Streamer University, like one of the biggest clips to come out of the entire thing, isn't even a top 10 Extra Emily drive-through moment, right? Like, in terms of popularity, it would be number one, but in terms of, like, funniness and entertainment value, she's been doing this for years. She said, like, way funnier, way, like, like, what a deal is tame for what Extra Emily says at drive-thrus. So I think as people are learning about Extra Emily, and she's popping on the scene, popping on a lot of people's radar, all they have is, like, these tiny moments, and they don't see this, like, big picture of this amazing content creator. And I'm not even remotely joking. No one who has seen a fair bit of Emily's content would disagree that this ain't even a top 10 Emily in a drive-thru moment. It just isn't. So yeah, I just knew. I was so pumped. As soon as they pull up in that drive-thru, I'm like, oh man, to go through a drive-thru, this is going to be good. This is going to be good. Because that's just what Emily brings to the table. She is the best, and for a reason. For many reasons. Watching her and Agent is just very good. Very entertaining stuff. Now, to talk more about IRL streaming as a whole, because moments like this, Streamer University, Streamer Prom, Emily and Agent themselves, Emgent, like, a lot of people are shipping them. And people are shipping Jakura, which is Jason the Ween, and this Sakura, these other streamers. It's gotten a lot of attention, brought in a lot of attention to IRL streaming, because you have these, like, couples. It's like watching a show, right? It's becoming more like watching a show, as you have, like, you get to see potentially romances forming. Like, if Emily and Agent actually started dating, I don't think it would surprise anybody. It'd be like, yeah, they got a good, like, energy together. They got a solid friendship. It feels like there's a bit of attraction. To me, they're more entertaining than Jason and Sakura, because Jason and Sakura, they're adorable, right? But they're adorable because they're, like, in their early 20s. Like, I think Sakura's like 20 or 21. She must be 21 or something, I don't know. And Jason's like 21 or 22. So they're, like, youngness, and there's kind of an inherent awkwardness, even though they aren't awkward people. Just having, like, being that age and having a romance form, and then trying to hide it from the internet. There's just a very inherent cuteness in that. But I mean, they are like, how many times does it have to leak that they're actually a thing? It is funny to watch them still try to hide it, even though clearly they're there's something going on between Jason and Sakura. It's still like cute as hell, but like Emgent is super entertaining because it hasn't exactly formed, right? Like there's definitely some attraction there, but we got no idea if they're actually going to end up together. And that kind of highlights to me the one downside of IRL streams is certain moments are missed, right? So as a viewer watching these two and hoping that you know, there's definitely a shipper in me that hopes that they get together. I feel like you can miss out on stuff, right? Like it's hard to stream this stuff and capture the moments and have the camera be on them appropriately. Like, look at this. Like, is this the ideal camera angle right now in this moment of Extra Emily being funny in a drive-thru? Look at what you're seeing in the frame. You see neither of their faces. So Extra Emily kind of, you can utilize her content to see sort of some of the downfalls, because it is frustrating. Like I watched the AMP pool party, and it was frustrating because I'm following this Emily and Agent storyline, or trying to, and basically the streamer organization AMP that has like Kai Cenat, Duke Dennis, this guy Davis, Phantom, Agent, Chris, they had this big pool party, and they invited some content creators, but then they didn't allow them to stream. So Kai Cenat had a stream going, and so did this guy Rakai, who was like underage, not of drinking age. And this guy Rakai kept putting on different costumes and trying to sneak into the party, and then would get busted, and Kai would chase him around and kick him out of the party. Then he could switch disguises and sneak back in. That was entertaining, right? Like Rakai's stream was entertaining, Kai Cenat's stream was entertaining, but we didn't get Emgent. We didn't get any of Emily and Agent on film. It wasn't caught by either stream. Like they tried. Like Kai Cenat definitely tried. He was like, "Where's Emily?" He tracked down Emily, and tried to bring her to where Agent was, because that's what people wanted to see. That's what people were kind of sold on, honestly. Like, even though Agent is like, "Oh, you know, whatever. I don't care about giving you guys Emily and Agent content," Kai Cenat kind of did, right? Like Kai Cenat, literally, him and Davis made a customized Emily invitation to this party. No one else got a physical invitation to this party at all. Emily got one that was custom made specifically for her with Davis's face on it, that Davis and Kai Cenat drove to her apartment to hand deliver to her. And they've been hyping this pool party for a month, right? So there was so much hype that we would get Extra Emily and Agent together, some kind of content of them together at this pool party, right? Like that's the entire premise of them hand delivering an invitation to Emily, was that. So the fact that we didn't get that, right? Like, it's not necessarily anybody's fault, but it kind of is at the same time, right? Because, alright, this Rakai stream, I get it, makes sense. But what I would have done, if I was Kai Cenat and I made all these promises, not that he specifically said, "Oh, you're definitely going to get Emily and Agent, same time, same place. You're going to get them on this stream together." He didn't necessarily just outright promise that, but it was heavily implied that we'd be getting some, at least like a couple of minutes of Emily and Agent in that live stream together. And we did not, right? So to prevent that, what I would do would be I would hire 2 cameramen to not only film but then edit together video, and upload that upload that to YouTube, because that would greatly increases your chances of getting Emily and Agent on stream together. And also, the amount of money that was spent on this party was crazy. So if you paid like a cameraman like $500, like just found somebody online, pay him $500, you would definitely get somebody who could just film for the party and edit something together and say, hey, if anything's too wild, edit it out. This is for YouTube. Just give me a vlog to upload to YouTube. $500 a piece. You'd have two different cameramen, two different perspectives. It could be just filming whoever, right? That's what I would have done. And I would have told one of them, all right, this is who Extra Emily is. This is who Agent is. Your kind of side quest is to get footage of them together. So don't be too overt about it, but kind of keep that in mind. Capture them together. Then that would be $1,000 total, and you would deliver to the audience what you want. So that's kind of just like a downfall of IRL streaming. Is a lot of hype can be built and dissolved, and I don't know. One very interesting piece of content to come out of that, which I didn't even know that like Duke Dennis did vlogs, but he actually did a vlog of the pool party, which was interesting. Very interesting. I would actually recommend people watch some of this because it's wild. It is wild. So what happens in this vlog is that this guy Duke Dennis, he just has a constant amount of women approaching him, trying to rizz him up. Like it's crazy what happens here. Holy crap. And he's got it all going for him, right? Everything that a woman finds attractive, Duke Dennis has. But holy crap, is it insane. He probably gets approached by like 200 women here. And it's unique. It is interesting. It doesn't surprise me in a certain way, but it still kind of does. You know, just because I didn't know that much about Duke until recently. But wow, like look at the expression on the women's faces. The two that you can really see. There's the one that's to the left of Duke, like behind him, and then this woman who's looking at him directly right here. Man, does she want this guy? Like she is giving the "I'm attracted to you" eyes to him. That's what her body language and her face is communicating to him non-verbally. And like I said, this guy it's constant throughout this vlog. I didn't watch all of it, but it's crazy. It is like different women at like every point. Really annoying that an ad played, but like it is just a never-ending series of women approaching this guy. And how he handles it is interesting, right? Like, because he's got to just duck like all of them, right? Very funny, very just a solid vlog. But yeah, that kind of made me think that maybe I should make some more videos talking about dating. Because I find this interesting. A lot of guys out there who are unsuccessful with dating would look at something like this and use this as an excuse as to why they should never approach women. But what you don't understand is this is like obtainable. Not to this level. Like you have to understand that Duke has everything going for him. Every possible thing, right? Like he's famous, he's rich, he's successful, he's tall, he's good looking, he's charming, he's funny. He has women going after him, right? The fact that other women are clearly attracted to him makes more women attracted to him. You don't need to have everything going on to get women, right? if you want 200 women to approach you at a pool party, yeah, you kind of need everything. But why would you need that? If you just have like 2 things going for you, if you're just like funny and charming, you probably, if you're in a big event like that where there's hundreds of women, you could probably get one of them, right? there ain't nearly there's like hundreds of women who want Duke at this party, but there's only one Duke, you know. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta think about it in that kind of way. And yeah, if you put yourself out there and you got just the tiniest things going for you, if you're just good to talk to, man, and you put yourself out there to, like, let's say 200 women, you're getting multiple. You're getting multiple for sure. You're getting more than one, right? You're probably getting 5 at least. Like, even if you got nothing else going for you, you're just good to talk to. You're just an intelligent, or like charming or funny. Any combination of those 3 things, what you look like doesn't matter. What you got going on doesn't matter. But you gotta put yourself out there, man. So I was thinking that when I made more content, because I haven't uploaded in a while, that I was gonna like no longer talk about dating. But this kind of re-sparked my interest in it, because there's so much like intricate detail that it's hard, that I feel like people don't really appropriately talk to. And I might make a video going through this, because you can see it. You can see it all over the place, right? Like, it's literally like almost every frame of this vlog, there's stuff going on. Just this frame alone. Like, you can just click anywhere in the video, and if there's like a woman and Duke Dennis, which is almost every frame of the video, there's something interesting going on. Like, look at this woman right here. Look at the way she's looking at him, right? And then this woman here, you can't even like see her facial expression, but her body language. This woman here, she seems like slightly annoyed that like she wants to be shooting her shot at Duke, but all these other women are, but he's in like a sea of women, right? So this woman is shooting her shot, this woman's shooting her shot, this woman over here is looking at the camera because she's like, oh, all right, is this my opportunity to shoot my shot? This woman, no, this woman is like looking like she's just walking through. But I don't know, I think someone who struggles with dating could learn so much from this. Not only on like how to talk to women. I don't think you should you can't just talk to women like a Duke Dennis, right? Like, you gotta have that aura, that charisma. And I mean, it would just be strange to just directly talk like somebody else, but sort of the confidence that he demonstrates. You can absolutely have that level of confidence in your communications with women, and you're communicating a lot, right? The fact that he has all these women directly pursuing him, like literally directly romantically pursuing him, a never-ending series of women, and the fact that he like literally is non-stop ducking them, deflecting, pushing them away, is in a form of riz in and of itself. It's like it's actually like kind of like the highest form of riz I've always found, right? In a situation where like 2 women want me, like simply pushing one away and not pushing away the other, boom, enormous, insane. It's like it's like Super Saiyan levels of riz. Yeah, which is kind of random, kind of a totally different topic, but definitely something that's probably worth watching, right? Even if you're just interested, even if you're good with women. If you're good with women, it's almost more interesting to watch how a Rizlords is, you know, It's entertaining. And it's kind of sort of another avenue. Like this Duke Dennis stream itself is a whole nother avenue of IRL streaming. That's pretty interesting, right? Like the fact that this guy, I mean, Emily's a Rizzlord, but so is Duke Dennis. Like Duke Dennis is nothing but Riz. And it's definitely interesting to see. It's great content. It really is.